Shalom to the nation of Israel. First and foremost, before I get into my lesson, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and bishops and elders, a great millstone that teach and that rule well today. And peace and salutation also to the fellow laborers that's in the ministry and the believers that scatter worldwide in all truth and sincerity, day in and day out. Once again, our brother Shaquat Gabar coming at you with another quick lesson. And right before I get into this lesson, this message or these videos goes out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which we are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. And also to the Israelite foreigners that are scattered amongst the heathen nations and that may take on the physical appearance of another nation. But if your bloodline goes back to Negro, Latino, or Native American descent by the seed of your father, you are considered an Israelite as well. So once again, Shalom. So basically, you see I got this video queued up on the screen. When it comes to when it comes to one of the brothers amongst the ministry, okay, that's in the faith. Okay, when it comes to his channel, the Hopeful Elect 3, okay, he gave the title to his video, Get Ready, Greater Evils Are on the Way. Okay, especially when it comes to you tribes, man, as we're approaching Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, when it comes to you Negroes, so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, in the times that we're in, man, as we're at the point here in America, all hell is about to break loose. Okay, when it comes to at this time Esau, Edom, okay, the so-called white race, mainly these elites, okay, these central bankers, down to the lesser luminary ones, okay, that's doing they bidding when it comes to their government officials. As we're in the time now, they trying to forge their NWO and bringing strict legislations, okay, executive orders, okay, draconian legislations, strict legislations, okay, and also we coming in the time of they about to come down with the wrath, okay, when it comes to the sword, the blessing of their sword, when it comes to martial law, concentration camps, okay, detention centers, okay, the coming of the more and more surveillance, okay, through AI technology, okay, AI, robots, okay, AI security, when it comes to robot dogs, robots themselves, okay, advanced military when it comes to these soldiers, okay, which is all the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. When it comes to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, allowing Esau, Edom to come with that sword against you tribes, man. Okay, when it comes to mainly the 2/3, okay, when it comes to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8, the 2/3 of our people that's not taking heed to the prophets, okay, when it comes to the prophets of Israel, okay, that's out there on the highways and byways, and his word being pushed, going viral, that a lot of our people not taking heed to, not repenting, okay, but more and more our people want to be comfortable here, trusting this place, America, trusting themselves, trusting these false gods, idol worship, going after hedonistic customs, okay, and at the same time, like I say, being comfortable, okay, being in the spirit of mirth, man, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, okay, which this is gonna be a video when this Jake, when I say Jake, another way saying Jacob or Israel, or so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, that getting on social media, or he made a video, okay, a short video about how things are getting worse and worse, okay, when it comes to going out there, in the public, okay, or trying to socialize and be amongst these people, large gathering, okay, when it comes to clubs or bars or certain, events, okay, that America known to hold when it comes to mirth, okay, but now we're in the time of, a lot of catastrophes are happening amongst these people out there in the public, okay, when it comes to a lot of these, senseless murders, okay, by the way of shooting or, fights, okay, abduction, kidnapping, etc., man. Okay, when amongst these people that's out here trying to, enjoy the life of partying, okay, outgoing, and when it comes to vacations, okay, traveling, okay, sightseeing, okay, and we hear more and more in the news, a lot of judgment is happening. Okay, so let me go ahead and play this video, and I pray that the lesson is edifying.
If you're traveling right now, be very careful where you're going. Y'all be going to these large places, concerts and stuff, outside events, man. Right now, you don't know who's gonna do something, who's gonna shoot, who's gonna snap out. All these casualties going on, man. People taking for lives out here, man. People snapping out. These people getting possessed by demons, man. These folks acting on darkness, and they very wicked right now. I advise y'all to be careful. When you get older, you don't want to go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go around a bunch of young folks. I'm 40 years old. But y'all young people, young women, young men, be careful. Y'all got to get back to God, man. Start praying, cause, man, there's some crazy stuff in to happen soon, man. I don't think y'all ready for it, though, man. I don't think y'all ready for the breakdown, though. I don't think y'all ready for it, man. You think everything high right now. Just imagine if it gets so high that the job can't afford to pay you like this. You can't afford to buy that food like this, pay them bills like that, dog. If y'all don't love the shit together, everybody be on their own, but it should be like that. I'm gonna tell you the truth hurt. Y'all be careful out there, stay praying.
Okay, so you heard the individual. Going into how, things are more drastic now. Okay, when it comes to, social, meeting and, going out. Okay, which, it always, been hectic amongst these people. Okay, when it comes to, when it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to crime and, certain, madness that go on, certain public places. Okay, but we in the time more and more, the time of the downfall of this place, man. Okay, like we've been saying lately, or got the saying lately, people crashing out. Okay, now due to the, inflation, prices going up. Okay, as he mentioned, job losses. Okay, when it comes to also, the utilities, bills and everything going up, rent, insurance. Okay, people, like I say, losing their jobs. Okay, and now we the time, like I say, food prices going up, gas prices. Okay, etc. And more of these people are on the edge, man. And they go out to, trying to escape the reality. Okay, but now we're in the time, like he say, large gathering. Okay, these people are all on all type of psychotic drugs and, doing all the most. Okay, yeah, a lot of these people don't take that JB. Okay, you know what? Ever since 2020, we know what happened during that time. Things ain't never been the same when it comes to, social meeting and going out there partying, man. Okay, now this place on the high alert of T attacks. Okay, racial tensions, civil war. Okay, clash wars. Okay, like I said, more and more of these people on the edge. Okay, yeah, like he made mention of the younger generation, as as the saying now, Generation Z. We see how this young generation is now, especially amongst our people. Okay, now you got the new terms such as YNs, YBs. Okay, the culture more and more, the pushing of drill music. Okay, people, these thugs and gangsters, as they would say, call themselves, okay, try to make a name for themselves, or spotting the op, okay, out here, when it comes to certain events, next thing you know, a shootout, okay, and innocent people, okay, which we know the scripture says nobody perish, okay, when it comes to them, nobody born, that perish, nobody that perish is born innocent, okay, roughly paraphrasing, okay, but we know ultimately we in the time of judgment, man, okay, and the mirth of this place, America, is about to be taken away more and more, man, okay, especially when it comes to violence, okay, and civil unrest, man, okay, he made mention of that, okay, things getting worse and worse, man, okay, but mainly when it comes to the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, the prophets, start with the men of Great Millstone, had always prophesied the downfall of this place and teach repentance, okay, when it comes to you tribes, man, and giving you the warning of the times of Jacob's trouble, man, okay, but only the elect is going to take heed when it comes to the 144,000 and the 1/3 that's destined to be saved, man, okay, Negro, Latino, and Native American descent, okay, us are the hopeful elect, because like I say, 2/3 of our people is not taking heed, is not getting ready for the times ahead, okay, they're going to be cut off, as the scripture says, they're going to be cut off unaware as a thief in the night, when all hell breaks loose, or when they out there partying, thinking they secure, and judgment come upon them at an instant moment, man. And we seeing judgment is ramping up more and more, okay? So let me go ahead and get into the scriptures. Now I'm going to start up with Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, wake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, okay? And it's going to you tribes, man. You so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, that's still in their spiritual slumber, okay, that, trusting in this place, or being in the spirit of mirth, okay, or trusting these false gods, idol worship, going after these hedonistic customs, okay, we coming in the time of, midway through spring, now coming to the time of summer, okay, where mostly, people like to travel, vacation, family reunions, okay, family reunions ain't even safe no more, okay, you got a lot of people fighting amongst each other when it comes to their family, okay, we're coming to the time of people trying to take cruises, okay, becoming graduations and all that, okay, people, being in the spirit of mirth and thinking that things gonna prosper, but at the same time, this place on this downfall when it comes to the economy, and eventually uproars of the people, civil unrest, okay, but majority of our people, they're asleep when it comes to the 2/3 spiritually, not knowing the times that we in. And it says, wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai shall give thee light. Okay, that's going to ultimately the elect that's going to wake up. Okay, that's going to return and seek Yahweh Shai by the way of the prophets, man. Okay, and soon the Lord going to remove his prophets off the highways and byways. Okay, coming to the time of the famine of the word, Amos 8:11. Okay, but we come to the understanding that the elect is going to take heed. Okay, us are the hopeful elect. Okay, that's involved in his faith and involved in the ministry and preparing ourselves. And it says, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Yeah, so redeeming the times. Okay, because the days are evil. The word evil means bad times, as we're about to approach the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it ain't never been no good time really for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, which this place America is known as our captivity. And Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, our enemies, ruling over us. And they have an agenda, mainly these elites amongst them, trying to cut us off as a nation when it comes to them trying to force their NWO. Okay, Psalms the 83rd chapter going to that. Okay, but right now our people just in the state of more and more delusion. Okay, more and more being distracted, man. Like I say, being in the spirit of mirth, partying, prosperity, to be entertained. Okay, and And at the same time, the Lord more and more, okay, bringing judgment upon our people, man. Okay. Okay, but us that's of the hopeful elect, we're being circumspect. The word circumspect being meaning to be observed, to watch for your awareness, watch around, to look out. Okay, and we know that, okay, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, okay, and understanding these scriptures when it comes to end time prophecies, okay, and through the signs, when it comes to the times that we in, man, and preparing ourselves that it's going to get more and more worse to the point that this place America eventually going to be destroyed, man, by the way of thermonuclear missiles at the peak of the Third World War, also leading to the time of who the world called Christ, Yahweh's second coming, by the way of the chariots, what the world called UFOs, okay, which are the vehicles of the angels, and the salvation of the nation of Israel, okay, starting with the elect that's going to be delivered, okay. But at this time, 2/3 of our people, they're going to get caught up in the Lord's judgment, man, okay, especially those that take that RFID microchip, okay, the mark of the beast. According to Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, they're going to be destroyed by the way of the missiles and the chariots bringing fire, okay. And when it comes to that MOTB, that's going to be the next way of buying and selling, according to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, okay. And this place is about to be on a transition when it comes to the physical dollar being obsolete, okay, when it comes to the financial system and the dollar collapsing, and these elites bringing forward a digital system, and we starting to see that play out now, okay, a digital currency, which ultimately gonna come in the form of that RFID micro, okay, and that's gonna come with more surveillance, okay, biometric, okay, AI, okay, and so we being circumspect and preparing ourselves for the times ahead, man, the days that we are actually in, okay. At any moment, all hell can break loose. But majority of our people, they in the spirit of mirth, man. Okay? Let me see. Let me get this real quick. Sirach chapter 5, or the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 5, verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord cometh forth. The Lord, suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Okay, there's a lot of our people are in the point of being security. Okay, like I said, being in the spirit of mirth. Okay, I think everything is good, man. Even though, to the certain extent, people starting to see all hell at its breaking point when it comes to this place, America. Okay, but a lot of our people in that down south. Now I'll say, not down south, but down south I mean ready, they're trying to, learn. Okay, I believe that's, the definition of down south. But a lot of our people in the spirit of, they slumber, they sleep. Okay, thinking everything's good, man. Okay, but Lord said, in our security. Okay. Okay, the wrath of the Lord gonna come upon us suddenly. Cause we in those evil times, man. Okay, bad times. Okay. Let me get this. And the Lord say, make no tarrying, because the Lord got his prophets out here once again. Okay, to teach repentance and to preach prophesy the downfall of this place. But majority of our people, they scoff, they scorned against the prophets. Okay, they make mockery. Okay, so it ain't gonna be no excuse when Yahweh Shem shall bring judgment. Okay, let me see this. 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. Okay, so many great miseries is coming upon this place, America. Okay, as a matter of fact, Elder Apostle Gabar, okay, when it comes to the one of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, okay, Elder Apostle Gabar, he always make mention when it comes to the terminization, or I say that the term or the word America, okay, which we know America Vespucci, Okay, but the word miracle, okay, means or America means bitter. And this place is definitely a bitter place for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. Once again, which this place is known as our captivity, still to this day. Okay, but it's even gonna get worse when it comes to the time of Jacob's trouble, man. So many great miseries is coming to this place, America, especially you tribes, man. Okay, and these heathens, they're gonna get judgment. Okay, starting with the time of Esau, Edom judgment as well, and these heathen nations. But salvation is only for you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, and of course those that descended out of that bloodline, okay, by the seed of your father. Okay, but salvation is only for Israel. Okay, but only the elect at this time gonna be delivered. Like I say, 2/3 of our people will be cut off in judgment. Okay, and eventually they're gonna have to be reborn in the kingdom. Okay, but the heathen nation that perish on this side, okay, which there's no salvation for these heathens, okay, they're gonna come back in the kingdom being servants unto us. Okay, when it comes to them being slaves, man. Once Yahweh Shai established the kingdom here on the earth in the land of Israel, after that land being cleansed. Okay, but now we're in the time of many great misery coming upon this place, America. Okay, this bitter place, man, in our captivity. Okay, and like I said, the Lord only going to deliver the elect. Okay, at this time, 2/3 of our people gonna be judged, man. Especially those that's being in the spirit of mirth, man. Okay, let's get that on. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feast. Okay, and us the hopeful elect, as us has been called, we coming in the time of knowing that we coming in the time of mourning. Okay, approaching Jacob's trouble as we preparing ourselves. Okay, but majority of our people, the 2/3, are in the house of feasting. And you even got certain individuals that know the Israelites thinking it's all about feasting, all about mirth. Okay, a lot of these Israelite camps, okay, pushing on prosperity, partying, concerts, okay, entertainment, okay, which is all nothing but gimmicks. Okay, more and more really for starting with their heads, more for just monetary gain, which a lot of these Israelites leaders, starting with their leaders, okay, these camps don't sold out, and the congregation being misled. Okay, and at the same time, a lot of these Israelite camps teaching false doctrines, man. Okay, but down to the average Negro, Latino, and Native American outside of the truth, okay, they think it's all about at this time just more and more just partying, being comfortable, man. Okay, and it says, "For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart." Yeah, so when it comes to the elect, okay, Yahweh Shem Shah had gave the spirit to the elect to understand the times that we in. Okay, also the hopeful elect. Okay, and we know that we in the time of great judgment. Okay, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the consciousness, the heart is made better. Okay, yeah, so we preparing ourselves, knowing, embracing the time of Jacob's trouble, man, for the impact of the Lord's wrath, man, and praying to Yahweh Shem Shai that we find worthy, that we be exempt, man. Okay, and we got a good chance when it comes to acknowledging Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, and Lord mercy in the times that we're heading into, man. Okay, as we're preparing ourselves. And it says, but it's on Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. For wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our times. Okay, when it comes to the Lord's wrath, man, and us being exempt, okay, of the Lord's elect, okay, us of the hopeful elect. Verse 4, the heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the songs of fools. Yeah, because it's going to be detrimental, okay, when it comes to those that's not taking heed, man, and the Lord bring that great judgment upon them. Like I say, because there ain't going to be no excuse, because they have here about the Hebrew Israelites, okay, especially the true prophets that's giving that warning, okay, and us are the hopeful elect, okay, we're preparing ourselves, okay, knowing the time of mourning, okay, and then them times, then when the Lord gonna do a role reversal, man, as our people being comfortable here and partying and living it up, okay? But when all hell break loose, okay, the Lord gonna bring that judgment upon them, okay? Then they're gonna be humble, okay? But when it comes to us or the hopeful elect, okay, the Lord said that He gonna exhort His elect, okay? When it comes to the elect being taken care of, okay? When in the time of famine, okay, in the time of the pestilence, martial law, all hell breaking loose, okay, the Lord gonna lift up that standard and perform miracles, okay, for His elect, okay, to comfort His elect more and more, man, okay, when it comes to the men, women, and children, or the 144,000 and 1/3, and that's the number that we're striving to be part of, okay, even though we know the scriptures also say that through much trials and tribulations that we got to enter into the kingdom, okay, but in the times we want to be found in the good graces of the Lord, man, okay, in the favor of the Lord, and the Lord showing favor is being a guide unto the elect, okay. Let's get this. Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And we coming in the times now. So this is the time now to remember Yahweh Shem Yahushua by the way of the prophets, man. Okay, hearing about the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son in the Hebrew. Okay, Yahweh Shem Yahushua being the covering. Okay, and also knowing about the warning of the time of Jacob's trouble, what's going to take place during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, when all hell break loose, man. Okay, and the evil days are drawing nigh. Okay, when society totally break down and anarchy take place, man. And it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. They're going into the prosperity, opportunity, okay, here in this place of America, which is coming to more and more a slim chance to none, okay, at this place on the verge of its collapse, man, okay. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, okay, it is military, it's being more and more weakened, okay, the people, okay, is on the verge of more and more demoralizing, okay, the morals of the people, okay, like I said, the job losses, okay, opportunity, okay, they're trying to have success here in America, okay, is on a point of declining and eventually coming to a collapse, man, okay, and the grinding cease because there are few, okay, the jobs, okay, opportunity, and those that look out of the windows shall be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, leading to the collapse of the economy, okay, and leading to more and more martial law, like I say, strict legislations, okay, leading to travel bans, okay, ultimately that RFID micro, okay, being the next way of monetary gain and surveillance, okay, when it comes to these elites, more and more trying to bring more control when it comes to the NWO. And it says, and he shall raise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of the music, and all daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, so we're going into the entertainment. Okay, a lot of people, like I say, the mirth. Okay, all that's about to be done away with, man. Okay, especially when it comes to Esau Edom ready to come in with that sword against you tribes, man. Let's get that. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus say the Lord, a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It could tempt the rod of my son as every tree. Hey, so we ain't no time of mirth, man. We in the time of preparing ourselves, okay, for the Lord deliverance, okay, which gonna ultimately, okay, Lord, only way you can be delivered, okay, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as the Lord about to allow great wrath to come down, okay, here on the earth, okay, by the way of Esau Edom. Once again, Esau Edom having the blessing of the sword, man, okay. He had given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is furbished it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Okay, Esau, Edom, and they see the nations, man. Okay, cry and howl, son of man, and that's what we're doing. But when it comes to the prophets, okay, giving that warning, for it shall be upon my people, it shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by the reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon the thigh, and that's what we're telling you, tribes, man. Okay, that great judgment that coming against you, tribes, man. When it comes to the 2/3, man. Okay, and the Lord gonna allow Esau Edom to come with that sword, man. Okay, let's see. Let's get this. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry heart do sigh. Yeah, when it comes to, then people gonna seek for this word. When it comes to the prophets. Okay, but the Lord gonna bring that famine of the word. Amos 8 and 11. They remove the prophets off the highways and byways, and his word not having access to it by the way of the internet. Okay, then our people gonna sigh. Okay, then our people gonna look. Okay, ain't gonna be no merry heart in the time of mirth, partying, being comfortable. The mirth of the tablet cease, the noise of them that rejoice in it, the joy of the harp cease. They shall not drink wine with a song, and strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. That the times we're coming into. When it comes to the mirth being taken away, and all hell breaking loose, man. Okay. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. Okay. Ultimately, the coming of martial law. Okay. Curfews, travel bans. Okay. Anarchy, civil unrest breaking loose. Okay, throughout the states. Okay. It says there's a crying for wine in the streets. Okay, then they're gonna want to listen for the truth. Okay. All joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, the gate is smitten with destruction. Okay. So that's the time we're coming into, man. Okay. Let's get this. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the only ones that's going to be delivered is the elect. Okay, when it comes to the 144,000 and 1/3, man, of Negro, Latino, and Native American descent. Okay, when it comes to Israel. Okay, but the 2/3 of our people going to be judged, man. Okay, at this current time and more in the near future. When it comes to this place, great destruction, man. And the 2/3 of our people being destroyed, man. Okay. I get this now, close. Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than what we believe. So now is the time, man. Okay. To seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua, as the scriptures also say, while he may be found. Okay. I think that with Isaiah 55 and 6. Okay. But now it's high time to wake out of sleep, man. Okay. When it comes to you tribes, man. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Okay, when it comes to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua by the way of the prophets, man. Okay, and ultimately, once again, the elect taking heed, being gathered, okay, and being sealed, okay, and being, and sealed by the ways or the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua through the Spirit, man. And to be for the Lord also to be a covering, okay, ultimately for the elect when it leads to salvation. Okay, but the ones of our people, the 2/3, they're not going to take heed. Okay, they future, okay, or they their fate gonna be judgment, man, as it is written, man. Okay, so this is the time now. Okay, as us are the hopeful that give it diligence to make our call and election sure, and preparing ourselves as we're being circumspect, and also praying Yahweh Shem Yahushua, okay, daily. Okay, to keep us out of harm's way from evil. Okay, that's part of the Lord's prayer, the Our Father prayer, deliver me from evil. Okay, And it's every day, man. More and more this place waxing worse and worse, man. Okay? But us, according to Micah 2:10, we know that this place is not our rest. And more this place being more corrupt and headed for its destruction, man. Okay, as majority of our people being in the spirit of comfortability. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and end the lesson here. And I pray that lesson will edify. Till next time, Lord willing, shalom. To the hopeful elect, shalom.